Hey everyone, welcome back to Xaynew Stories. This is Relationship Thursdays. I had a baby in my friend's car. Story number 1 is I, 27F, accidentally had my baby in my friend's car. Now her husband and she don't want to speak to me. How do I fix this? Throwaway Reddit account Car Baby writes, I'm aware this sounds ridiculous, but I'm so tired of worrying about this. I need some outside perspective. This happened almost 2 weeks ago. I was almost 38 weeks pregnant by then. My partner left for an afternoon to help out her brother, which we were both fine with. She was only an hour and a half drive away and neither of us saw this coming. And my friend Alice offered to come spend the day with me so I wasn't alone. Honestly, it was really nice to have her there. We just watched some movies and hung out, and even though I was so uncomfortable throughout the day, I didn't consider I might actually be going into labor. I had been feeling discomfort for ages already at this point. We did realize this was the real deal, and I called my wife. We considered waiting until she got back, but things started to get real very fast, and I asked Alice to drive me to the hospital, which she was fine with, I think. We did not make it fully to the hospital, and I ended up having my daughter in her husband's car. We're both fine. Luckily, I had a few complications, which we are now okay again. Our baby is beyond perfect, and though my wife is having a hard time with having missed her birth, we have a wonderful tiny human to focus on. Things have been really messed up with Alice and her husband, though I don't know how to solve it. 2 days after all that happened, I sent her a message thanking her again for everything she had done and told her, lightheartedly, to please send a bill for having the car cleaned. She didn't reply for a while and in the end just liked the message. I've messaged her a few times since and she hasn't replied. And her husband sent me a message saying not to message her and congrats on the baby and thank you for ruining my car. I don't know how to solve this. Did I just traumatize her so much and need to leave her alone? Do I keep trying? I'm so thankful for all she's done that day. Update to this story. I, 27F, accidentally had my baby in my friend's car. Now she and her husband don't want to speak to me. How do I fix this? Hi everyone, going to try to keep this short and sweet. Also, sorry for the many errors that I've made in the post, but I saw people were still responding to my original post. Thank you for taking the time to do so. It's been overwhelming, but I've tried to take your advice to heart. I saw Alice a few days ago. She came to our house unexpectedly. I just left and my wife had to call me back. This was after she had blocked me. I know a lot of you were upset with her and a lot of you with her guy, but we're getting to it. But I was just so damn happy to see her. I immediately started crying. She did as well. She apologized, so did I. We had a long conversation which I'll try to summarize. Everything that happened had been a lot for her, which is fair, and she was having a hard time processing it. But she initially didn't feel upset with me. Her husband had been furious though. He already isn't our biggest fan, so this really set him off. Don't get me wrong, I don't blame him for being upset about his car, but I do wish we could have handled it better. He had been fuming we hadn't reached out sooner after our baby was born and that my first message wasn't more apologetic. In her words, over the weeks following everything, she started to feel angry at me because he convinced her that me reaching out was a bit too much at that moment. After our silence, she realized she wasn't upset with me but the situation and should be relieved everyone was okay. She even asked her husband to stop bringing it up cause she was sick of it. We agreed we really just wanted to be okay again, though she admitted she'd have to build it up slowly because again, her husband was against us. I also apologize again for everything and how I wish I had done things differently. She even made a small joke that she's proud to be such a big part of her birth story, which honestly gave me more relief than anything else. I hope she will be okay. Don't love the guy, but I can't do more than be her friend, I think. Luckily, the car isn't totaled. I was terrified of this and feel stupid for not realizing it was an option. Thank you all for pointing it out. Only the front seat where I was sitting was messed up. Car is already fixed and cleaned and he has it back and we've paid back everything. He doesn't like driving it anymore though. That's all I think. Wife, baby, and I are okay. She's a month old already, which is wild. I realize I have so much trauma left from the whole birth process, which mostly started to hit me when I wasn't obsessing over Alice anymore. So gonna work on that. Thank you all for the love, the support, but also for helping me realize I should have done things differently. Honestly, OP, it was an emergency, and I'm glad your friend was there, because things could have been a lot worse without her. Like really, what's a car compared to your baby's life? Sometimes we just have to move back and reflect what are the things that really is important in our life. He says it wasn't cheating, but why does it feel like betrayal? Story number 2, my partner, 32M, had a friends with benefit for the first 2 months of us seeing each other and I'm devastated. Ellison 2018 writes, I, 31F, have been dating my amazing partner, 32M, since July. We started going on dates on April, started sleeping in May, and continued to have dates weekly until he asked me to be his girlfriend in July. I remember in May I told him I deleted the dating apps and he said, "You're the only person I'm dating." Come to find out, he had a friends with benefits the entire time we were going out on dates. He ended things with her in June. I knew from our first date that he had a friends with benefits arrangement, but he had said obviously I wasn't expecting to meet someone. So I assumed he was planning on ending their arrangement. I had no idea they were still sleeping together until December. I stupidly pried about the timeline and was devastated to hear that he was sleeping with both of us for the first 2 months of us getting to know each other. He told me he thought he was clear. I told him I don't think he was as clear as he thought he was being. When I mentioned that he said I was the only person he was dating, he said I was talking about dating, not sex. I'm honestly disgusted and heartbroken, but I love him so much and everything else has been perfect. He did apologize very sincerely, so I have decided not to let it be a deal breaker, but I'm broken inside. I have a lot of betrayal trauma and it just feels like cheating. Although I know it wasn't, I can't stop thinking about it. Unfortunately, everything we do, I wonder if he did it with her. I always think during passionate times that there was a time he was doing this with both me and another woman, and I had no idea. What can I do to repair the broken trust? I don't want to lose him, but it's breaking me down inside. In terms of my personal thoughts, as someone who has been cheated on, I feel like you're just denying, OP. And it's normal because you've grown attached to this person, but I really do feel like you need to take a step back and really think whether this is worth it for you or not. Because later down the line, these types of issues will come up and it's gonna be a talking point when you're trying to have a conversation and you just blow up using that as a reason. So it's best to really self-reflect right now and look at it, is it worth it staying or not? Because for me, the best thing to do is just walk away. Because mental peace is priceless, OP. If you enjoyed these stories, like, comment, and subscribe to support the channel. This is Xaynew Stories, and I'll see you on the next one.